Hi everyone, we're watching Lost Bits.
Tits.
Yeah, Hello Neighbor stuff. And I'm also doing Spider-Man 2 more, so.
We won't be diving into the sequel just yet, and not even into the final version of the original game. But first, I want to dive into some
Gromit!
alpha and beta builds
You
of
right?
Hello Neighbor, where numerous changes can be
Gromit,
found.
your eyes look
In
fucked.
fact, I recently learned there's like a whole separate
Why does
section
that
of
have
the Hello
eyes, you
Neighbor fan
bitch?
base that
Oh, alright.
alphas and betas to the final version. But yeah, I haven't ever covered this series on Lost Bits yet, so I do hope you enjoy. Anyways, with all that said, break open that like button. It's time to check out some Hello Neighbor Alpha and Beta Lost Bits.
Tits.
Alright, so to kick things off here, before we get to the alpha builds themselves, there's a whole bunch of early concept art for the game that was shared with the public, namely in the Hello Neighbor Exposed art book that shows off the neighbor, or Theodore, in just his gloves. Anyways, in addition to a whole bunch of concept art for items and objects and such, there are a few that show off several changes compared to
Look
the
at that white
game
one.
that I wanted to focus on here. Most importantly, I think, a few images were shared giving us insight into what Theodore was originally going to look like before his final design was chosen. This here is apparently the first sketch of Theodore that was ever made. Here is the first model of his head that was made from plasticine from late 2014, and then here is the first ever 3D model of Theodore that was made. Yeah, although his head and face stayed relatively similar, the rest of Theodore definitely underwent several changes. Then, seemingly the next design iteration can be seen on this concept art of Theodore boarding up the basement, where he's seen in a different yellow shirt and green vest, and his hairstyle is a bit different as well. This is also similar to another sketch where he is again seen in some different clothes, and his hair is once again in a different style. Now, eventually, the final clothing and hairstyle was chosen, but there was one really important last choice to make. What kind of mustache should the neighbor have? For this, the developers shared a video showing off all of the other mustache styles that were being considered, including one shared by at least two famous 20th century people. Yeah, I'm assuming this was a joke. And next, we look at two concept sketches for the game's protagonist and playout. Here we can see some different outfits and hairstyles.
Imagine animated series in that style.
As well as various facial expressions. Then other notable early concept sketches include some for places in the neighbor's home, some bagged items, early concept art for the mannequins, including this set in both a male and female design. There's a few early bow designs, conceptual art for the game's gramophone and apple gun, as well as the neighbor's house itself. But quite possibly the most bizarre early sketch from the game comes from Hello Neighbor's Kickstarter page. Anyways, there's a whole bunch more cool concept sketches that, in the interest of time, I won't be diving into here, but if you'd like to check them all out, as always, head on over to the Cutting Explore page, which will have links for you in the description below. And on that note, let's now finally get to talking about Hello Neighbor's pre-release builds and discuss several changes and unused bits of content. First up, we have the pre-alpha build of the game, which is currently the earliest known publicly available build of Hello Neighbor. For starters, we have the original model of the neighbor's house. This is apparently the model of the house that was used in the announcement trailer for this game, and I guess it was so early that it was even updated for the pre-alpha release. Either way, yeah, left over are the first floor sections, as well as the upper second floor. Then next, there are several unused stock voice lines for the neighbor dropping some fat cuss words at the player by you breaking into his house or smashing a window. And now, moving on to the proper alpha phase of this game.
Well, we couldn't even.
We start with Alpha 1.
No,
First up here
it said part 2 though.
Blueprints for some objects in the game. The first of these is for a fork. Now, unfortunately, not much is really known about its purpose, but based on the name, I reckon it would function as, well, a fork. And then the second unused blueprint is listed as car drive, and it functions exactly as you might expect. As seen in this footage, it appears that there was once
that would have been such a glitchy mess if you could drive a car.
In this game, over functionality for it. Now,
Look at it!
Definitely looks pretty scuffed.
Oh my god.
Seems like it could have made for a fun idea in this game. And lastly, for this first alpha, there are a few models that go unused. First, there are 2 unused models left over for a level 2 in the rifle range that was never implemented. The first of these is a mirror object that appears to be complete,
Mirror.
and then secondly is an object simply known as Pride. The Pride object lacks a proper texture, but for both of these, based on their name and where they're found, it appears that they would have been new target types introduced on the range at a second level that was never added. Then next, there are a pair of models for items that never made it into this alpha build. We got this untextured model of a saw, as well as
Oh,
this
a saw.
textured slingshot that was presumably
Yeah, that's not bad.
useful
Simpson
as a
uses.
weapon in the
Eat
game.
my shirt! Eat my shirt!
Interestingly, although a slingshot never ended up making it
My
into a
caramba.
neighbor, a slingshot did
My
find its
caramba.
way to the alpha build of the Secret Neighbor multiplayer spin-off game, again as a placeholder. Alright, now moving on to alpha number 2. First, there are several more unused models left over in the game. We got this bottle of glue, a rocking chair, tumbleweed, 5 unique photos, a red chair, as well as a red chair, but broke. Furthermore, there are also a pair of
Banjo.
items that, although they don't function as they should, we have a pretty good idea how they were supposed to work. The first of these is a large stereo system that can be used to bait Theodore into investigating it if you turn it on. And then secondly is a spider item that here defaults to spawning in as a banana for some reason.
What?
Although it doesn't fully function as intended here, apparently this spider was going to hiss at the player when picked up, and then this hiss would alert Theodore to your position. Needless to say, this isn't something you'd want to pick up in the game. Then next, there's an unused set of animations for the neighbor as well as his front doors, where he would have been seen slamming them shut. This was apparently intended to be an animation that was going to be used after Theodore catches the player and then boots him out, but instead, in this build, you just respawn outside with the door already closed. Alpha 2 here also has an unused icon texture for the Sharkotron, which, although absent in this alpha, was seen patrolling the flooded room on the second floor in Alpha 1. Although it can't normally be picked up, the existence of this graphic as an item icon strongly suggests that there was a plan for the Sharkotron to be a grabbable item. And
I
next
know.
up for Alpha 2 here, and probably the most interesting thing left over in my opinion, is Neighbor 3, a totally unused test map. This large building features a whole bunch of areas used to test various aspects of the game, from platforming to a simple setup testing using the key and key card, to some other stuff like the pop gun here, which is found all the way on the top floor. Being a developer test room, it shouldn't be surprising that things are pretty unpolished here. From messed up doors, to objects clipping out of walls and floors, to a duplicate neighbor model just chilling here, floating sideways. Nice. The layout of this area, especially the main room here, strongly resembles the area that's seen in the ending of the final game. So it's possible that this test area was at least somewhat repurposed for that section too. Although unfortunately, Theodore still chases you around here, which can be annoying if you're just trying to explore and such, but if you disable him with some cheats, it's honestly really fun to just walk around the area and mess around with the various objects found within. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I love me my test room, so you can imagine how happy I was to see one here, especially one this big and robust. Now actually, before we move on to the next prototype build of this game, there are actually quite a few interesting things found normally unseen, either out of bounds or out of normal view. For starters, there are several things found just under the floor, many of which are leftovers from Alpha 1. These include Nikki's entire car, a duplicate of the red key to his house from Alpha 1. Found just under the road here is a hammer, and there's
Whoa, why is that there?
a copper key from Alpha 1 found
Why is that
underneath
under?
his house here.
There was a hammer as well.
Head of marketing at a catcher company.
Did you notice on how they were too easily solved that you have a hammer?
And we also got a whole bunch
Yeah.
They brought back the hammer all the way from the Alphas.
It took a very long time, but it's finally back.
Yeah, it did take a very long time. The last time we saw it was Alpha 1, dude.
Front doors, a mannequin and coat rack, not one but two of these wardrobes, and finally a duplicate of both Theodore and Nikki as well. Now these last two seem to be tied to how the characters respawn, as their underground location appears to change depending on where their above-ground counterparts are when the map is loaded and reloaded. There's also an alternate door found under the locked one to the basement, as well as a wooden slab under the moving wall hiding the stairs going to the second floor. Since both of these are found right under a corresponding object, I reckon these are early placeholder versions that were used for each of these. And finally, the last thing I want to cover for Alpha 2 is found down in the basement area. So normally, when you reach this door in the tiled room in the basement, the game will instantly end, pointing you to the game's website, despite you being able to see that there's more behind the crack in the doorway. Well, there actually is more to this basement, a lot more. This was even seen in the trailer for this build, so I'm sure fans were confused to see that this alpha ended abruptly this way the first time playing through it. But yeah, behind this door are several winding hallways and splitting paths, which all really end up taking you to the same areas, then ultimately leading to this room and door here, which I assume was going to be the end. It's pretty crazy, as comparing this to what's normally played in this build, this is quite a bit of content they decided not to use. Also, a few ideas like using a generator to open up a gate seem to have been reworked into the final game's Chapter 2. It seems strange that the developers showcased footage from this area in their trailer and then completely cut it from the release, but I guess maybe they just didn't deem it ready for public play. Next, on to
When is it ready for public play?
Not only does the neighbor test map return, but the
Halloween's gonna be cool though.
also found kicking around in the files and can even be loaded into here. The area appears to be more or less the same as seen in Alpha 2, but lacking objects such as a few doors and such, but yeah, overall it's pretty much the same experience. Interestingly, if the neighbor catches you here though, instead of moving you back outside, you are taken right to the basement area. There are actually a handful of other normally unused areas in this build too, the first of which is an area known simply as basement. Now, despite the name, there's not really anything basement-y about this map. Pretty much all it is an open field with a large bucket seated in the middle. Is there anything in the bucket though, you might be wondering? How do I put this? No. Strangely, you can actually pick this bucket up, though unfortunately it turns down to normal size. One super weird quirk about this map, though, is that if you stand around for too long, a strange shine overlay will start to slowly appear on screen, and then after a while, your eyes will seemingly close, and you will hear the sound as if you were captured by the neighbor, and the map resets. It's pretty strange. I guess based on the name and effect of slowly seeing stars and then seemingly passing out, this may have been a test for a scrapped effect of the player suffocating or something in the basement.
A moment, if you please.
Then next up, we got early versions of two of the fear levels seen in the final game.
Oh God!
And Fear Darkness.
My friend Peter.
For Fear Darkness, it actually seems relatively close to how it's seen in the final version, so the poster is pretty scuffed here, and it's only really complete up until this section where a power switch was eventually implemented. So yeah, without cheats, this is basically as far as you can go. The upper areas are still modeled though, and if we take the camera outside, we can see that although the inside looks pretty good, outside is pretty unfinished, which yeah, makes sense. A typical player wasn't meant to ever see this. Now while Fear Darkness seems well along, the same can't be said for the other unused Fear map here, Fear School. Here we spawn in a long hallway with a few desks, and instead of the mannequins, we have tons of Nikki.
Oh, what the? Next box.
The same as seen in the final, with AI chasing you down when the bell rings.
Imagine that with
This
Gmod.
version is pretty difficult to play though, as without any of the lockers to hide in as seen in the final, and the desk's not really working, there's not really anywhere to hide from the AI fellas, but thankfully it seems like you do run faster than them, so you can just keep your distance. And in addition to this main hallway, there's also this side area behind this door. There's not really too much else here, but this isn't something seen in the final version of the school, so I wonder if there was one plan to expand on this zone. And next, Alpha 3 also has a lone unused audio track, and it's an early version of the intro theme. It's really basic, featuring only a single instrument. Here's a quick sample.
It's a waddle, sleep,
Try
it's
the
a waddle.
AWS free tier to build and host your web and mobile apps.
How does anyone like this
Now, there
fucking
certainly
clown?
aren't as many objects found in Alpha 3 here,
Oh,
if
vomit.
any, but by zipping the camera where we normally shouldn't, we can take a look at the higher levels of the main displays to see a few areas that don't look quite finished. Areas lacking textures, cables that lead to nothing, doors that lead to empty areas, unfinished elevators, a flooded room, and more. Definitely seems like there are bits and pieces here of ideas that never got implemented in time for this alpha's release, but I'm pretty sure most, if not all of these, were eventually implemented in the next build. And lastly, for Alpha 3, although not technically unused, with the game's darkness and fog, I don't believe this is ever visible from the normal play area. But if we take the camera closer to the school, we can see that here it's called the Alpha 3 High School. A pretty neat little secret that I don't think many, if any, saw when playing this game normally.
Alpha 3 High
Next,
School?
last for the Alpha builds is Alpha 4, and here let's start things off with some unused audio. First up are a bunch of sound effects intended to have been used for the Fear School section.
Very fishy.
We got the sounds of kids whispering, which
Look at all
is
those
different
fishies,
from the
Chungus.
whispering that's normally heard. Then there's also a sound effect of kids laughing, as well as some generic school ambiance listed as school recreation.
Ambiance? Fun fact, Honeybell just snuck into a school and just filmed there.
Now, individually, these audio bits aren't anything too crazy, but in the context of being heard in a creepy school nightmare, yeah, it's pretty unsettling. And secondly, and similarly, there are a handful of unused sound effects for the also scrapped Fear Factory level. These include more whispering, a pair of scrapped metal creaking sounds,
Hey, what are you doing with these bikes?
as well as some more general ambient noises for this area.
These bikes. Can I ride them?
Not right now, but when they're road ready, we'll need
Now, for
people
those
to
that
test
don't
them.
know, like I mentioned earlier, the Fear Factory was another Fear stage that was once planned to be featured in the game, but never ended up getting fully realized. And although the loading trigger for it is already there in Alpha 4 in the normally inaccessible flooded room,
It's like, when we move it. Hey, Mina probably has to say did it today.
Yes, we already know.
Shut up, you guys!
Swarming is an annual process in which the colony expands and splits. The Emily May Foundation has discovered that specific changes in the honeycomb's vibrational spectra precede a primary swarm. This research will help beekeepers support healthy swarming without invasive observational techniques for optimal health and reproduction in our beleaguered bee population.
Drones.
Yeah, doing a little cross-collaboration between the Energy Lab and the Agricultural Lab. Ultra-light drones using the new battery tech for crop monitoring.
Very cool. Do they collect crop data too?
They will, by the time we're done with them.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
The need for medical organ transplants far outnumbers available donors. An innovative solution uses 3D printing technology to create custom replacement organs, decreasing the likelihood of transplant rejection and increasing the chances of a successful outcome. Here at the Emily May Foundation, this cutting-edge work is being put to use, saving lives.
What's this? Some kind of radiation treatment, maybe? Wonder if this is what they used for Harry's treatment. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I can help. Oh yeah, that would take a while. I'm not sure there's time to dig in now, but I'd sure like to come back and work on this later. So many cool things here.
Attention. Please use caution near the particle accelerator today.
Looks like Connors is putting the research he did after he lost his arm to good use. Wonder if he regrets testing that serum on himself. Must be unnerving walking around with dormant lizard DNA in your body.
Welcome to Space Research.
Well, I don't need it. Come on. Oh, we got a job to do. Don't we, Toad? Yes, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by Chungus, we are having a cooked dinner with chicken and pork. Yes, no gammon, sorry.
It's okay. I just bring my own gammon.
Yeah, well, we're not going to let you do that anymore.
Why? You can't just stop me from doing that.
No, we've all made an agreement that you can't be the only one having it, so we're going to have to take it away.
Nope.
No gammon.
Yes,
Chicken
gammon.
and pork. So we go down and we see it. We'll have to take it away, okay?
I'm not gonna let you just take the food I brought.
Alright, well, we come to an agreement.
Think back. Even before high school. To middle school.
Okay.
Now, do you know the...
Hang on.
You're a popular guy.
Sorry, it's just my tutoring job. You were saying?
Let me turn this
You
down.
know the stuff everyone studies in middle school with Menthol and the pea plants?
Yeah, I think so. About genetics and plant hybridization?
Exactly. So, Dr. Foster up ahead, he's won every top prize in the field.
Sorry, Krusty, I have a plan. I'll distract them. I'm a chicken, they want to eat me instead.
Did you have a chance to feed the fish?
Not taking my fucking
So
food.
great.
Yeah, because, well, we are, because you can't have gammon. It's chicken and pork meal, not gammon.
I honestly think it's one of
Stop
my favorite
it.
spots in the building.
There's no law against it.
Yes, there is. It's our dinner. We decided. So we see you get gammon, we won't see the end of it.
Got it.
Well, even if you do get it, what are you even going to do with it? Oh, I'll put it in the fridge or something?
Dr. Foster.
He's not gonna take it anyways.
We all will.
Harry talks
Me and
about
my family. You're disrespecting us.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna let you just take my food.
It's going to be a lot of people will overpower you.
population
Yeah.
growing and the climate changing unpredictably.
Yeah, then I'll just fucking leave.
More quickly than nature normally would.
No, you won't.
Genetic
I'll let you cook dinner.
can customize crops to best meet these new challenges.
You won't have any food
Weather
then.
or an increase in pests.
Guys, where's my
Would you like
phone?
to see this test
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't fucking know?
The idea is to tweak a plant's genes to maximize optimal qualities. For instance, a plant that can thrive in drought conditions. In our simulation, the goal is to maximize growth. Why don't you practice on this?
Okay.
Match the base pairs to incorporate as many growth genes as you can. That'll be a plant that can feed the world.
Interesting. Let's see.
Well, when will the annual food be ready anyway? Hold on, like an hour. An hour. I think we're having gammon next week. Just have to wait then.
Okay, I think I get the hang of it.
Great. Now you're ready to try the real thing. This is a plant we're
Wrong
working on to
thing.
grow well in drought conditions. Corporations patent GMO seeds for profit and are rightly
Always
criticized.
do that.
But ours are open source, developed for sustainability instead of financial gain.
So smart.
What do you do, Mr. Bitch? Oi. I can't sort you for that out.
I wish I could.
One step closer to feeding the world.
Nice work. Listen, I know you're not officially on, but could you look at one more gene for me? Curious to get your take on it. It's a crop specifically adapted to urban gardens.
Of course.
Beautiful work, Peter.
So what are your thoughts on Gorgonzola?
You're on track to end world hunger by 2035.
Wow. I know a rooftop you could use for a real-world test if you're interested.
Oh, very much so. Harry was right. You'll be a real asset here.
Thank you, Dr. Foster.
So now where?
Last stop. Might be my favorite. It's commanding, but not overbearing. Playful, but not tasteless. Impressive, but not show-off.
Your office.
Or is it our office?
Harry.
Now remember, the things you've seen today are just a small taste of what we're working on. But don't decide just yet, not till you've seen this last thing.
Okay.
Come on, where's your badge? You'll need it to get in.
Where did I put it?
Don't tell me you lost it.
Nope, false alarm. Right here.
Go ahead. Swipe.
Wow. Man. Harry. This is all so amazing. It's perfect, really. It's just... Things are really hectic right now.
When I was in treatment, all I could think about was, what would I do if I survived? And I kept hearing
The
my mom's
Schlag?
voice telling me that our planet is in trouble. And it's my responsibility to save it. If you join me, there's so much more that we can do. I mean, we both know you're the smarter one. Come on. Let's make my mom and May proud, huh?
It's amazing. But there's one thing. Can I move my desk over there? I like to face the wall when I work.
Oh, one quick thing.
Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna need a little time to transition out of my tutoring job.
Of course. Take whatever time you need. It's all about balance, right?
But Coney Island later, yeah?
You bet.
forgot to tell you. Some of our researchers have field experiments set up around the city. If you have time, check them out. I've sent you the locations, and your badge will grant you access.
All right, I'll swing by. Hey, sorry I didn't
Oh
get
my
back to you before.
fucking god.
I just got a new job.
For real? Well, that's awesome. Where's it?
This new foundation run by my best friend. It's incredible. But I can fill you in later. What's up?
The guys who took Lee and Scorpion?
I fuck
KK
you
and I
too.
tracked the exotrails. Their aircraft at the Williamsburg Bridge. I'll meet you there.
Hold on, don't you have an essay to finish?
Yeah, but duty calls.
Trust me, your duty is to your future right now. I'll keep you updated on anything I find.
All right. Good luck out there.
Hope Dr. Foster doesn't mind if Spider-Man helps me.
Excited to have you on board. We've partnered with your friends at East Community, starting by improving our gardens. To help, please collect some samples of nearby plants and put our gene splicer to use.
Easy enough. Collect some samples, splice some genes, feed the people. I think I can improve on this. Let's look for the best samples.
So what's going on, Gromit?
I can't load onto the stream no matter what I do, so I don't really think it's working.
Oh, watch that.
Wait, what am I
Why is it taking so long?
Yes, what was happening?
Let's scan these vines.
What is this?
These are clearly more efficient.
Yeah,
I
but
can use that.
Oh, I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it says it is. Oh, here we go. Oh.
yeah, it keeps doing that.
It's lagging. For some reason. Laggy. Probably
What?
PS5 connection. Probably being a cunt, I reckon.
If it's like really bad looking, like after the stream's done, I'll just have to upload the videos.
Yeah. It's annoying.
This one's technically a weed, but the hardiness could be helpful. This one's really productive. Lots of fruit. That's perfect. Okay, got some great samples. Time to bring them together. I can't believe that EMF is making these GMOs open source. Profit shouldn't be part of the equation when it comes to basic human necessities. Let's see.
Let's see. Fuck. God. This mission identifies as doctor problem.
These plants will be growing faster and bearing more fruit than ever. Just imagine what Feast could do with all of that.
Success!
Okay, need some great new hybrid seeds, friend.
Okay, first item today.
The seeds. Let's optimize their water. Yikes, gotta patch this up. Some webs should do the trick.
Oh dear.
Seems to be multiple leaks lowering the water pressure. If I don't find them all, the system won't work. Pipe's blocked by that car. Got 3 more to patch up. Would be counterproductive if I drowned all the plants. May used to have a green thumb with her tomato plants. Yeah, I have green webs.
Venus? I'm collecting Venus. Oh god.
Which one am I wasting?
I think this should do it. Dr. Foster will be pleased. He doesn't need to know Spider-Man helped out. I wonder what other field projects the EMF is working on.
Hello, Gromit. That'll teach him, won't it, Gromit? Gromit, that is very impolite. You will not leave this kitchen till you scrubbed every last one. And imagine, think about all the cooked dinners. You have to scrub every last one.
I don't have time for this.
No, Gromit, you can't walk away from me.
But I can.
Not walk away. Well, Gromit, looks like you're just going to have to do all that now, doesn't it?
Chief Clark, everything okay?
We're about to demolish a hospital that was damaged during Sandman's attack, but there's a lot of debris slowing down the technicians. If you're free, they could really use your webs to help keep the building stable while they work.
Absolutely.
Thanks. We'll keep working until you get here.
It's called loyalty.
Spider-Man, over here!
Hey, Chief!
Thanks for coming.
Hey, you turn out the lights.
We've managed to set our explosives in every zone except the last one. The demo crew's in there. There's 4 of them.
I'll find them. Just keep your radios open. And make sure nobody touches that detonator.
Looks like Eggman is so gay today.
No.
Yes.
No. Nope, nope, nope. And another nope on top. And another
Yes,
nope on
yes,
top.
yes.
And
And
another
another yes
nope
on top. And another
Nope,
yes
nope,
on
nope.
top.
And another nope on top.
Yes, 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 yes. I said more yeses and yes, 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 yes. I said more yeses and yes, 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 yes.
You've made quite a fool of yourself.
Hey, it's Spider-Man. I just relayed your location to fire and rescue, so they'll be here any minute.
okay.
Spider-Man, thank you.
Hey, Clark, did you get the location I just sent over?
Our team's moving in now. Thanks.
Stop.
Spider-Man's here. It's gonna be okay.
Good time to test out my pulse blast then.
It seems Bowser Jr. His violence in movies and sex.
Anyone? I can't move! Help! Hang on, I'll get you out of there.
Thank you.
Help's coming. Fire and rescue knows where you are, and they'll be here soon. You're going to be okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Clark, you should be getting a new location anytime now.
Just came in. We'll head right over once we finish getting Mr. Robleski out.
What are those breathing exercises again?
I'll get you out. One sec. Fire and rescue's on the way. Just try not to move. They'll have you out of here soon.
Okay. Thank you, Spider-Man.
Looks like I need to go up. So it's field testing time for my latest upgrade.
I'm sure it's better than this, I swear.
Hey, Clark, did you get the last location I sent your way?
Heading there now. There's only one other worker left inside. Hurry, Spider-Man.
Leave it to me. I'm coming. Just hang on. Should have enough traction to pull him out.
Get me out of here.
Fire and rescue's on its way. Are you okay?
No, I'm good. But I saw somebody up ahead a few minutes ago. Purple jacket. Make sure you help them.
Hey, Clark, I just sent a new location your way. But this guy said someone else is still trapped in it.
Really? I'm not missing anyone else. But if you can find them, we'll get them out.
I'm on it.
Purple jacket.
This'll take some maneuvering.
I didn't say anything to the police. Never even mentioned the flame. I just wanted out.
Then you should have remembered we all go out the same way we come in. Painfully.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, time for Spider-Man to
Time
do
for
something.
Teletubbies. Family gay time. Family gay time. Obviously, me and Lex know what that is. Right, Lexi boy.
Yeah, sure.
So, what's my prophecy? Will this spider death by building, grow 4 arms, and become a giant man spider? That's it? Oh, okay. Did anyone else hear that? Whoa, guys, can we take this outside?
I don't even know if you did this mission, Chungus.
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, because I think it's because it's an optional mission. Yeah, I think it's technically a slide one.
Who are you people? The only ones worthy enough. Pretty sure this building is gonna fall apart before then.
It's eternal.
Who the fuck? There's a purple jacket, someone.
Thanks. So what's your deal?
Here you are.
Hey!
You never did like me smoking.
Yuri?
Lowlifes call me Wraith. It's
Oh.
I think.
I tried. Where have you been?
So Yuri is here.
What about them?
They made their choice.
This will be a new record.
She looks different.
So she is in the game after all.
And they said it couldn't be done.
And they said it couldn't be changed.
Wait, so what is she doing?
Fighting those flame
What
guys.
happened with Hammerhead? But coming back with that suit and a name like Wraith?
That's your body.
Keep an eye on her.
Oh,
And the other on those cultists.
Get off me.
I need more eyes.
Complete all the flame missions to earn a custom suit.
Sounds alright.
Hey, what's up?
Just wanted to let you know that I talked to Gloria, and Feast is gonna send a donation truck to the house tomorrow for the rest of May's stuff.
Didn't expect that one, huh?
Go through everything by then. Can you cancel that? I promise I'll donate it all myself as soon as I'm finished with everything.
I'll call him right now. But don't push yourself too hard, Parker. I'm serious.
Hey, you know I'd much rather be curled up next to you with the latest physics journal right now. Especially that French one.
Sometimes you're just too romantic. I'll talk to you later.
Comment. Comment. Comment.
In condition? Nice.
Time for the upgradations. Ooh, a cool new suit. Not a cool new suit. Spider-Man Year 1 now. Wait, homemade Spider-Man with the web wings? What? Spider-Man Homecoming 2. Because we never actually got that, they just made Far From Home instead. Yeah, still waiting for Spider-Man Far From Home 2 as well.
Someone's getting beat up over there. Not on my watch.
Come on, let's take a look. Unless you'd rather tell me where all that money.
Little advice for you bad guys? I see everything.
Oh god, I just realized how painful it's gonna be when I reach the Venom final fight.
You guys use your strength to help others. I'm sure Beast would appreciate the help.
Oye, you ever thought about opening a sneaker night? Or streaming it? You'd make a killing in sponsorships.
Okay, let's see what's the latest greatest in energy research.
These wind turbines are tiny but mighty. Once deployed on high altitude currents, they are a potentially self-sustaining source of clean power. Eventually, they'll shuttle back and forth to a dock. But right now, we're looking for a way to place
Something fell and...
And
I think I can get these up to the right altitude with the web wings. They don't call it Brooklyn Heights for nothing.
What?
Here we go!
Oh, what the fuck is this? Why is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. How does this bullshit actually work then? It can't just be whatever. fucking worry if I could just go anywhere. Yeah, fuck you. Fucking course. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Required height. I can't reach that high in this small piece of the fucking map you forced me to be in. Oh, I've got an idea.
Now to deploy. Fly free, little turbine. Bam!
Something tells me this is not what the game developers wanted me to do, but it works. Just get on and stay on them.
One more. There we go. Great. They're all happily launched. I'll just head back. The turbine's been compromised? What? How?
Of course.
Need to check on that.
I'd like to buy.
Gotta get up there.
Oh, guys, I'm really hungry for a cooked dinner, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm also very tired.
Ow.
What?
What is going on?
How did that hurt you? You seriously that hurt? Extraordinary.
Fuck. Get him.